We are doing a iPad 10.5-inch the screen replacement. How do we check the model number? It should be written right on the back. It says model number is 1709, and we can just go onto the desktop and we can just search for A1709. It will tell you this is iPad 10.5. There's a Wi-Fi and the cellular, so you can put a SIM card in there too. So that's how we check the model number of the iPad. And what we're going to do now is we're gonna try to save the LCD, because only the top glass is broken. The LCD is still fine, but the screen which we got, they comes together in one piece. This one over here. So the LCD and the top glass, they are joined together. All we need to transfer is a home button which has got the fingerprint scanner on it, from the old screen to here, and pretty much it, and we can pack it up. So to able to protect the screen, we're gonna do it nice and steady. We're not gonna rush it. Best thing is to turn the iPad off, and we're gonna put it on a preheater. The preheater is gonna be on 100 degree. And we will leave it there for around about 3 minutes. We have heated this one for about 3 minutes, and I said it wrong. I said it 100 degree before it, but it has to be on 80, because if you do it on 100 degree, it's gonna damage the screen, the LCD part. Not properly damaged, it's gonna be like leaving some marks on it. So because it's hot, I gonna hold it with some clothes. So how I gonna do it? Get anything thin, very thin, slim thing to go underneath, and I'm gonna use a thinner a little bit, so it can go under, and then we can go from there. So wherever the crack starts from, I take this metal thing off, insert it next to it, and put the thinner again. Again, after the crack, hold it a little bit thinner, make sure the thinner goes inside. It's gonna melt the glue very easy. We're not going to use the thinner too much. I'm not pushing this one all the way in. I'm just doing it where the white part is. So this I'm just pushing it in a little bit. When you use the thinner, it will make it smooth to go inside and take off this double sticky glue. Where there is extra damage, from here the glass is broken too much. This one will take some extra time. You can use the thinner just from the top, and remember not to use it too much, just gonna use very little. I'll come back to this one later because that's the tricky part. So what we have done so far, have taken this part out, and now what we're going to do is, if you see any extra rubber over there, just cut that out and put the plate under the LCD, not on top, under the LCD, if you can see from the camera. And go all the way over there, and do not force the LCD all the way up, it's gonna damage the screen. When I talk about screen, I'm talking about the LCD part underneath, not the top glass, because the top glass is already damaged. Okay, from here you hold it, put this thing a little bit in, use the thing in very little amount, not much. You leave it there, use a little thinner a little bit, lift it up from one side and keep pushing this plate. You can use anything, you can use a plate, you can put a card, playing card, anything which can fit in from here. If you're noticing one thing, I'm just doing a little bit force, not much, and I'm not pushing the LCD all the way up because I want to take off the glue first. And when I put the thinner in, I lift up the screen a little bit so the thinner will go inside. Okay, so this side is almost done. Now we're gonna use this plate under the LCD. Remember this part. Let me show you if you can see from here. If you're seeing this part here, that's the LCD, and I'm using under, not on the top, under the LCD, and just sliding it down. And wherever it goes, make sure it doesn't touch the LCD part. And now you see this one black tape, I'm just cutting it out, I'm not forcing it, and I'm sliding from the side. You see that? Okay, why I didn't put the thinner from here, why I didn't do anything from here yet? Because if this one is open from 3 sides, this side will come off very easy, and you might damage the flex cable which is underneath. You can always compare it with the new screen. Let me find where I put it on. See over here, this is the new screen, and if you notice something, there's no cable on this side. The cable is over here and over here. So do not put anything over here and you accidentally damage the LCD as well. So how are we gonna take everything off from here? This one. Okay. I'm using any tweezer, actually not this one, anything sharp. Okay, I'm using a tweezer. Just make a space, like slide the tweezer in a little bit. Actually, let's do on this side. Let's do it from here so you guys can see it properly. So this tape here, I'm taking it off. And I'm taking all this glue off with the tweezer. Let's put a little bit of thinner on the side. Slide the tweezer down. Are you seeing what I'm doing? I'm just cutting this thing off. Again, a little bit thinner. Slide the tweezer. Now I'm sliding the tweezer on the side, not under the screen, on the side of the screen. See, we're not going under the screen to damage all the flex. We're just doing on the side. One more time, sharp tweezer on the side of the LCD. And now lift it up like this. If it's stuck somewhere, like from this side is still stuck, slide it, slide it. Here we go. The LCD is out. And you wanna check it if the LCD is still fine. Is it still functioning? Let's turn it on. It is absolutely fine. So this is an uncut video. We haven't cut anything. And how long does it take? 10 minutes maximum. Everything's working fine. So these things are important if you do a micro soldering jobs and everything. You need to know how to take off the screen. So if this one is water damage, just in case, and it's not working at all, you wanna fix the charging port or any IC on the motherboard, what you gonna tell to the customer? Like, you have to charge them for the screen which is not damaged at the moment, because you're gonna damage it, and then on top of the part of cost of the screen plus the part where you're gonna replace, customer gonna go away. So whenever the job come to us, we say, okay, this is the problem, we charge you only for that problem. If the screen is working, we give you the working screen. If we damage it, we pay from our pocket. We're not gonna charge the customer. We're not gonna say like all of the shop, oh yeah, we have to go through the screen and we have to damage it, this and that. You have to learn all these things. You cannot damage the screen which is working fine. There is always a way. Okay, anyway, next step. This screen is holded with 2 screws. Can you see that? Or you want me to zoom in? I cannot zoom in because I'm gonna use my both hands. I'm gonna get something thick, around 2 centimeter. Put it underneath. So yeah, now I can zoom in. Okay, so we're gonna take off these 2 screws only, and this is Philip. Make sure you have the magnet on the screw, so when you take it off it will hold the screw. I'm holding the screen with hand, so I don't want to force the connection out. I don't want to damage the flex cable on the screen. Alright, 2 screws are out. Make sure you put them on the side. We definitely need it, because if you put the new screen without this holding plate, it will give you a nightmare. You have to open the iPad every time to re-secure this connection is gonna be a nightmare. Okay, once that place is off, we have 4 connections over there. Use anything sharp. I am using a tweezer, but you shouldn't use any metal. You can use a plastic. And lift up the connection from the top. I'll tell you why. Lift up the first connection. Just put the tweezer under and push it up. See, one is out. Second one is out. Do the third and the fourth from the top. Out. Fourth one is out. Alright, let's zoom out. We're putting this screen on the side. Why we are taking the connection out from the top? This iPad is different. This iPad doesn't have anything close by. It does have, but not much. See all the small components? We do not want to knock anything off. Actually, I said it wrong. I was saying do it from the top. I should have said do it from the corner, because this corner is fine, this corner is fine, but if you do it from here in the middle somewhere, you're gonna damage all these parts. Which parts I'm talking about? Okay, the camera is focusing on my finger. You see these connections? Like all these parts over here, if you knock off anything, you might have no backlight, no touch, something. So don't take a chance. Now what we're going to do is get something square, wipe off all the excess glue on the corner, because the screens I got, it comes with the double side sticky tape, which is from Tessa, is a brand, Tesa. Tessa brand tape and the 3M tape, they are the best ones. Tessa is actually more better than 3M, which I notice. For some people it's not true, but I prefer Tessa. Or you can use any generic tape of the glue. I still use glue as well, just to be on safe side. Cleaning this way, we are making sure there's no small pieces of glass left over here. So when you're gonna put a new screen on, if any small piece of glass left here, you push it on, you're gonna crack. So make sure there's no glass under here everywhere. This thing was coming off, I'm just putting on the position. That's it. Now what we're gonna do as well, we use a packaging tape or anything thick tape over here. Zoom in. Over here, this section. Why is that? Because when we're gonna transfer the home button from the old screen to the new one, it's definitely not gonna be tight enough as the original one. So when you're gonna push it, you're gonna keep going inside. If you put a tape over here, this tape will hold it. If you put the tape on the bump area over here, then you can't even push the home button, because it's gonna make it very tight. So I use a little bit tape over here to hold the home button together. So even you push in, this little tape will hold it. Or sometimes you can double it as well. I double this one because this tape is not very thick. We can use a single one as well, depending when we put the home button in, we'll try that. So this is done. We leave this on the side. Now here, what we need to transfer from this old screen to the new one. You can compare with this new one. The first thing, this camera lock needs to be transferred. Home button definitely, which is coming from here. This is the connection. If you not see underneath, you will see the connection of the home button. Let me zoom in. The home button gonna connect over here. What else? These black things. Can you notice something? This one. Some people don't even transfer this, but I do that. Reason why? Because the Apple have put it on a purpose. I think, I'm not 100% sure, I think this is something to do with the statics, like iPad mini we used to do in old days. If you don't cover the flex cable area with the masking tape like this one here, the touch was working automatically, so we don't want to take any chance. So what I'm using is, I'm just using glue stick. It's easy rather to use a glue or something. We just use this one over here. We take it off from the old screen to the new one. This is done. Where else? There's a hidden spot over there. You see this one? You cannot see, but once you got your new screen, you will know. This is on the side, so we take it off. It will work without these things as well, but I like to do it properly. Okay, what else? Home button, this one, plus this thing over there. Let me zoom out. If you compare, this is a new screen, this doesn't have this thing over here. What is this? This is actually, I think, is a heat sink. If you see the motherboard over here, the motherboard is in on the middle, and when you're gonna put the LCD on the top, because the motherboard obviously get hot as well sometime, it's gonna affect the screen, so they have put something over there so which will absorb the heat. So we're gonna take off that one too, and we're gonna take off the home button too. Home button is covered with this a little bit tape, and this connection over here is like a lock. You lift it up from one side, slide it out like this, and the home button is attached with the glue. So what I usually do is I put a thinner around it, get a blade, surgical blade, I don't know what's this. You slide it underneath. Actually, it's better idea to heat it up, because to take this thing off, we need to heat up as well. So I'm gonna put this on the hot plate again for maybe a minute. So there's been 2 minutes. we taking it out, use a blade to go under this. Let's use a thinner for this one as well. You just make it easy to lift up. Do not think that we can skip this one. Yeah, not the skipping the video I'm talking about, the skipping to take off these small stickers and everything from one screen to another. You might think, yeah, it will work without that as well. Yeah, it will work, but for how long? That's the question. For how long? If you want the device to work for long, you will need to transfer everything. And because simple reason, those things are there for a reason. And this one, how you gonna align it, how you know is on the middle where it was on the old screen? Don't know. It's not gonna be 100%. There's always a difference, like original factory fitted and not factory fitted. Okay, that one is always done. Can you see? Yes. So I'm sliding the blade under the home button, and from this side where the connection coming from, do not slide from out to in, do from in to out. Where if you accidentally lost control and you like give it a jerk, you're not gonna cut the cable. So from this side to out, these small things makes big difference in repair. How do we use it? Here we go. This thing is out, and slide the knife under the home button now, because before we were sliding on the holder, the metal one. Now we're taking off the actual home button. Home button is out. Now what I do to attach the home button properly is, let's take off this one first. E8000, and where I put it, just where the metal piece gonna get attached. Very tiny piece of it, not too much because it's not necessary. I still don't know how to pronounce some words. Okay, attaching, you can take this one on the side. Remember to lift up this lock. Okay, it's not focused. Camera is not clear, but I cannot do. My lighting on this room is not appropriate for the videos, but still I'm trying my best. And before you let the glue dry, you hold the home button with your finger and try to press it and feel it. If feeling good, if it feels good, it means you can hold down to, okay, where is the camera? You can hold down to those locks where we put the glue, and we're gonna hold it for a couple of seconds just to make sure it will stay over there. The glue I'm using is not fast glue, like it's not gonna be attaching to this one within a couple of seconds. This is a bit slow, but it is better because just in case if you need to take the home button if the alignment is not right, and if you use another glue which is this one over here, this is instant adhesive, like you put it on, you attach it, that's it, done. And just in case if you need to realign it, how are you gonna do that? Okay, the feel of the home button is right. Everything's back to normal. Now if you notice one thing, old screen and the new screen. Sorry, it's gonna be a long video, but I'm trying to explain everything whatever is possible. If you notice, like this one seems small, this one seems long because this is not attached over here with double side sticky tape. So if you take this off, put it here, it'll be similar, but do not attach this one yet. I'll tell you why. Let me take off this camera thingy from old one. This thing is important as well. Why? Because Apple is not stupid. They put it there for a reason. The reason behind this one is because it's gonna keep the camera aligned in one place. When you use it, it will be focusing right in the middle of this hole from here. Okay, this tape, I done one mistake actually. I didn't test this screen before. The reason why I'm thinking now, because see this thing was under the screen. Maybe this screen is not good, but let's try. Okay, I was talking about this cable here. If you attach this cable over here, you got less space over here to attach it. You have to like really struggle. So what you do is attach this one over here, and what other thing I do with all my iPad repairs, I secure the connection. How do I do that? I just use this thick tape to go on top of the connection. Reason why? Because there's definitely a difference between original screen and the aftermarket screen. I still use a good quality one, but there are some chances that these connections can come off. We obviously gonna use this metal plate to hold them up, but if you got a double sided sticky tape here which is thick, it will hold, there'll be no gap in between the plate and the connection. So when you screw it up, it's gonna be nice and tight, and customer won't come back with the issue like this is not working, that is not working. Okay, once this one is connected, let me cut these two pieces more just for the next two connections, because there are 4 connections. Don't ask me which is for the touch, which is for the LCD, because I don't know it yet. I didn't focus on that part. I only focus on that part when I try to do motherboard issue, the soldering job, if something doesn't work. Okay, so once this one is done, you take off this sticker. When you're gonna put it back in, this will attach to the oven automatically. And this one got a little bit sticky tape over here. Let's take this off. I don't know if you can see that, but I cannot move my camera. You bend the screen. If you notice from here, the screen is not on the edge. Zoom out. The screen is not on the edge. Screen is over here. Bend the screen in. Okay, you cannot see it. Yeah, but sorry, I cannot move the camera right over there because I need to hold this screen on the position. Okay, let me try still. Okay, can you see? No, connections are over there, yeah? Let me put this tape under this frame so I can lift up this one just to show you. Okay, from here. Now we are attaching this thick tape over there just to make the connection secure. Now where I put the plate. Okay, the plate you need this one side has a cut, one side no cut. Where this cable is, that side is for the cut. That's a common sense, like you should know this very well if you're opening the iPad. It's making it a bit harder for me because my iPad is not straight. There's a tape gap underneath just because I want to show you what I'm doing. If it's not the video, it would have been packed ready, everything ready to go by now. And I think where did the screw go, do you know? I was just doing it, it slipped over and I can't find the screw, which I told you earlier. This is very important because we need these screws. I have from another iPad anyway, we can use those ones, but I want to make sure the screw is not left behind inside, because if it is, when we pack the screen, it's gonna damage the LCD, which I think is not inside. That's good. Should I pause the video and see my recording where I left it? No, actually I will pause it and I'll get that screw from another iPad. Okay, I got a screw from another iPad and I'm not gonna focus on the camera at the moment because I don't want to lose this screw again. Make sure these two are right. Yeah, I haven't tear off the double side tape because I want to test the screen. I want to test the home button. Okay, screen looks okay. Let's align it into the frame. Okay, working fine. Two things you need to check. One, when you align the screen, try to push it on the side of the home button. not on the home button, on the side. Sometimes what happen is, if the home button is really tight, when you press it on the side, it'll press the home button. So if it's doing that, you need to remove that tape which we put it on. But this one looks perfect. So now I need to hold it from here and feel the home button. It feels perfect. So you see, this is like we use this tape over there like double. Where to get these tapes? We get it with the screens. Like this is from our Xperia Z something, like to attach the screen onto the main frame. And we got some extra. You can use anything like a little bit thick to fill up that gap. Anyway, looks perfect. All we need to do is lift it up a little bit again. Make sure there's nothing in between. And I wanna tell you one more thing. This one, what is this? This is a camera holder. You're gonna put this on at the end. Reason why? Because if you put it here on this one and we're lifting up this one or whatever you're doing something, this will slide off to the screen. It will show you the white mark on the screen when you press it, because this gonna make a bump over there. So do not do that mistake. How do I know? Because I have done this one in my very first iPad. So I learned from my mistake. Okay, we're holding this one. Okay, how to show you how I'm holding it? One finger in the middle, on the side. We're taking off this glue thing. Can you see? Yes. So this is the double tape which comes with the screen. We're taking that off, and I always take off from these three corners. Put this side first, lift up a little bit from here, then take it off. Okay, can you see? Yes. And from this side as well. Didn't take off from this side. That's from my past experience, because if you take it from here, this tape is very strong. It will attach somewhere and you won't be able to move the LCD. So you align from one side, second side, third side, and the last part, where the cable is, I rarely touch it. And I forgot this one. I can lift it up and can do it, but I don't want to make the video 5 minutes more longer. Let me just see everything works fine. Yes, I can lift it up and do it later, but the main purpose of the video is just to show you guys how to replace the screen without damaging this one. And one more thing, I'm not teaching anybody, like I'm not a master of anything. I'm just sharing what I'm doing. So don't think like I'm teaching you wrong. I'm not teaching anybody. I'm just sharing my experience, sharing my way of doing things. So at least newbies, the new person who's getting into this, or if you wanna save some money by changing the screen by yourself, you can do it, and you know what are the things you need to take care of. Yeah, pretty much it. I think the video is gonna be around about 45 minutes long, but believe me, if I'm not making a video and just wanna do the screen, 20 minutes, 25 minutes maximum, and you can do it as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next video.